All right. Let's go ahead and get started. What I would like to do is do recap Thieves of the Cosmos, and then recap Elves Explore. We'll do character introductions, and then we'll get going. So we'd like to recap Thieves of the Cosmos.
I will.
Okay, great.
Haven't done a recap in a minute. Okay, so we started out trying to replace our crew from the last game that we played, where we lost two of our vital crew members. We did a membership drive, and that did not go well. But eventually, we were introduced to Dimitri, who said that he was basically sent our way by Resita post-mortem to help us out in case she was ever rendered unable to. And then we met, oh Lord, what was Ray's character's name?
Amarthan.
Amarthan, thank you. And then Amarthan showed up drunk with a girl on each arm, and he handed us a holographic message from the Dominion that basically gave us our next mission, that we were to rescue a mind flayer from the Elven fleet. In order to do that, we had to go to this asteroid, this basically junk planet asteroid, in order to find the information we needed to get into the prison where he's being held. And on our way back to the Glimmering Vault, our ship, we discovered this little kobold that calls himself Boss, that claimed that he was taking inventory of our stock on behalf of the Union. And then it turns out that Boss had made a couple of enemies, that being the character Fred from vignettes from the main White Star campaign. Boss had cheated him in a card game and literally took the clothes off his back. So Fred and Theo and Boxty, the awakened rosemary tree, were hunting him down. And eventually Boss begged us to take him with us so that they wouldn't catch up to him. So we get underway, we get stationed, sorted out, and we approach the asteroid where we're heading. We get into a little scuffle with a couple of were they butterfly ships? Yeah. We managed to eventually take them out, and then we land on the surface of the asteroid. We walk through an overgrown like combination forest junk pile, and we eventually get to the command center. I disguise myself. I use my hat of disguise to change myself into the fake Elven captain that I use, whose identity I used in the very first Epiox crew game. And we made our way to the control room, started looking around there, and a giant mold fungus thing in the corner awokened and started attacking us. And that is where we left off. But we saw some no doubt no good and disreputable looking people coming through the door just as that was happening.
Awesome. And Amarthan is nowhere to be seen. He just 100% vanished somewhere. Okay, awesome. How about Elves Explore? Ben, you want to recap?
Sure. So we successfully made contact with our information agent after saving him from the pirate den, and we proceed to the Rock of Brawl to grab the next set of information that will give us coordinates to the basically landfill planet that will give us access to some decommissioned ships and some junked pieces where we can swap out our current ship with one that isn't on wanted posters, which it is, and so that's an issue. So we arrive on Brawl, at which point Thalen and Tick Tick are all set to do the task that they've arrived for. They are the conscientious ones, and Look Talk is very excited by everything that is happening, and decided to go rooftop scouting, sort of along with us, but partly to be on the roof and to enjoy the fun things the roof offers. And Rumil decided that he was going to go off and seek his own solution to the issue, and so Tick Tick and I went to this. It's kind of like a pawnbroker, and we had worked out basically how we were going to get the information we needed. We just needed to get back to him later. During that time, Look Talk is being followed by a small eye. Well, I mean, the eye wasn't small; it is smaller than him, and he communicates with it with a reasonable amount of success, more than I would have had for sure.
It was a little lightning gremlin was his friend.
Yes.
The eye was an unpleasant thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
the eye was the unpleasant thing. The lightning gremlin was the friend, and he made friends with the lightning gremlin. Okay, that's correct. And so so he informs the two of us that all of this has happened, and introduces us rather awkwardly to his gremlin friend. And while this is happening, Rumil has gone into a bar where fleet officers are known to be the dancing lady, and basically he needs to get a officer's codes and an officer's uniform that to get us onto this junk planet. And through totally being himself and playing basically a version of strip poker where he ends up keeping the clothes that he wins, he manages to swindle an entire commander's uniform, and we get back to find him having completely solved the issue. And with that, he also gathered where the coordinates for the planet. Is that how that went?
Yes.
Yeah, he gathered, and so he basically, by fucking around, accomplished the entire mission while the rest of us were trying to play it by the book. And so we headed there and got into a very minor scuffle when we arrived, and then proceeded to another area of the rock where we then we got into the minor scuffle at the beginning, and managed to super intimidate the basic info we'd need to before we headed to the Rock of Brawl. And so when we arrived at the junked ships planet, we went looking for what we needed, and then we end up getting attacked by the same thing you guys did.
All right, fantastic. Thanks. Okay, let's do character introductions. I'll kind of call on you going around at least where you are on my screen. Okay, Astrid.
Okay, I am Astrid. I am a tiefling arcane trickster, female. And my job is part of the crew of the Glimmering Vault is I'm the grifter. I have a hat of disguise that allows me to basically transform myself into any medium-sized humanoid image that I want, and I can use that to get us into places that normally would be very difficult for us. And that's kind of me.
Awesome. Phelan.
Phelan is a high elf fighter, and he is the captain of sorts of this merry band, although he has very little control over the proceedings, just nominal captain. He has a jagged scar along his right eye. He's a real grumpy bastard, and was still is a part of the Elven fleet, and he became aware of a strange conspiracy that involves his father in some way, and he is trying to get to the bottom of it. And he's brought along his dumbass brother Rumil, who actually gets the party out of exactly as much trouble as he inflicts upon them. So it's sort of a zero-sum thing with that guy. But that's Thalen.
Great. Teresa.
Teresa is a human rogue, pilot of the Glimmering Vault, formerly the Epiox. She is the eldest daughter of a pirating family, and she has ambitious plans for her future.
All right, awesome. Gita.
Gita is a Gloomstalker Ranger combination multiclass rogue who was accidentally ended up wandering the Shadowfell for a bit before getting back out and getting picked up by this crew, and has been in the meantime going around doing jobs with the former Epiox crew, now the Glimmering Vault crew here, but is sort of the front line of this group when we get into fights. Not that any of us really want to be standing our ground, but yeah, she's also the sort of spellcaster has been so far this spellcaster of the group that does our pass without trace and sneaky stuff.
Okay, thanks. Awesome. Dimitri.
You're muted, Kenneth.
All right, so Dimitri Kashmar is a half-elf Dhampir. So he is undead, and he is a way of the Shadow Monk, and previously was a contract killer for Reseda, who was a captain of the Epiox, and he's kind of needs somebody to point him. He kind of looks at himself as a gun. He just needs somebody to point that gun, so that he doesn't like having the responsibility of deciding who he winds up killing. And so he's latched onto the former Epiox, now Glimmering Vault crew as a means of directing his much needed bloodlust.
Awesome. Boss.
Boss Cog is a kobold, also another grifter. He has quite the scam for pretty much everything, down to initiating a swear jar on the silver.
Glimmering Vault.
Sorry, the shining bolt.
Glimmering
Vault. That is supposedly going to buy cookies next time they're in port, but we'll see. People have to put money in that swear jar first.
I think it's got a few coppers in it already.
It costs a silver when you swear.
Oh, silver. All right. It's got several silver in it then. Great. Luke talk.
Look, Tuck, I am Tabaxi, fighter, learning the ways of the open hand from Tick Tick. I was kidnapped by my new friends. Now I come along. It is nice to meet you all.
Outstanding. Tick Tick.
Tick Tick. He's that guy at work that nobody wants to talk to, so they put him outside. And then you would encounter nameless cosmic horror that flattened his village. And now he experiences blackouts, and he takes solace and purpose in doing whatever Thalen says.
And Amarthan hidden away. We're probably not going to see Amarthan today.
No Timothy?
Yes.
And then Rumil. Thalen, do you want to describe Rumil? You kind of already did.
Sure. Rumil is a high elf dumbass sorcerer of the school of dumbass, and
What source is that?
it's deep within. Deep within. So Rumil is an unusually chubby elf and is a hedonist, and he gets in all kinds of trouble, but is surprisingly useful given how much trouble he gets us into. I think he's your standard wild magic sorcerer, but we'll call it the school of dumbass because that's how he's being role played. So hopefully he'll be here soon because he is a hoot and a half and is surprisingly useful given how much trouble he causes.
All right, fantastic. Thanks. So the Glimmering Vault crew, you all are basically all hidden. You all had 25 plus stealth checks in the control room here, so you were absolute shadows. The exception being Gita, not that you didn't roll well, but you're basically approaching this mound of fungus.
Oh yes.
The Thalen and the elves, you all walked into this control room, didn't see anyone, obviously, and you're basically trying to figure out where this ship is docked on Finlanora so that you can go grab that ship. You've got the passcode, then you get the ship, and then you should be able to get past security to where you need to. The Glimmering Vault crew, you all need to get a passcode to get to the prison station, which is Ilfanora. And then who on the Elven crew went up to look at the fungus? I do not remember.
I did.
Tick, or Luke talk.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
yep.
Elven crew. My bad.
Yep. Yeah, that tracks. Luke talk. You are curious.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually Gita is hidden. So like Luke talk, you go up to like investigate this thing, and pretty much like at the same time that it starts to move, you like someone basically appears right next to you. Everybody, please roll initiative and put it in the chat for me.
So I just remembered that I have that hand crossbow of warning, so I cannot be surprised, and I have advantage on my initiative.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Hey.
How exactly does that work? Does it like talk to you?
That is a great question. It's a magic item. I don't know exactly how. It
Alarm
extends.
goes off.
It extends to more than me. It's like me and any of my companions within 30 feet can't be surprised.
Have you had this the whole time?
I have, yeah.
Oh.
That's
We'll
surprising.
neglect to mention how Gita acquired that. That's yeah. We'll skip over that detail.
Well, I don't think we've ever been.
Actually, would they have known, Eric? Would they have known?
I don't think so. No, I think that was
Given where it came from beforehand, they wouldn't have
Exactly.
recognized it.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Luke talk, Tick Gita.
Where's my initiative? It's just initiative. It's just dex. Yeah.
Freaking out right now. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Holy crap.
Actually, no, that's I must have some other bonus because apparently my initiative here is listed as 25. All right.
Well, that's no fun.
And Luke, oh, I'm sorry, I missed Luke Talks.
Yeah, I was first. I'm fast.
I see that.
Not
Yes,
as
good
fast
job.
as many of you, though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what the hell? I rolled incredibly well for the bad guys, but it almost doesn't matter. All right, Tick Tick, I'm giving you a 1.
Why? It's in the chat.
Okay. All right, so hang on. Let me get things sorted here. Okay. So this is the what you're looking at in terms of the control room. Boss, I imagine you were kind of cruising around, rummaging through desks, desk drawers, etc. If you have a little yellow, you are effectively hidden. Let's see. This is Teresa. Also kind of cruising around. Oh, you were behind the door though,
By the
right?
door, yeah.
Yes.
I think Kenneth's character and I were on either side of the
Yeah,
door.
Dimitri was on at the
Yeah,
door
they
as
were
well.
like guarding the door.
Okay, great. And then so Teresa and Dimitri behind the door. Tick Tick, you're just kind of hanging out, looking around. Rumil is also looking around. Astrid, you kind of ducked behind this table here. Thalen, you know where you need to go. Like you went up to the command console. That's where all the inventory and everything is. So that's where you went up to. And then Luke Talk, you went over to investigate this strange pile of goo.
Yes,
And Gita, you're right there next to him.
I mentioned that I'd poked it with my spear, which does have range, so I would be 5 back.
Okay, great. Okay, any questions about the setup?
No.
Yeah.
What are the yellow kind of rectangle, like the one below Gita? What is that?
Those are all desks.
Cool.
Yep. Okay, at the top, who cannot be surprised? Gita. So yeah, this thing moves, and your little crossbow says, "Look out!"
Yeah, just mentally, I get like a note, a ping, like.
Well, it's all of your allies, right? So
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
that's true. Yeah, I
it's
guess
a verbal. Like everybody hears this. Look out!
Sweet. All right, Gita is just gonna whip out that crossbow and just start firing.
Okay. Fantastic. Do you have
I don't know
disadvantage
what
because you're a
this is.
melee, or do you have some feat that?
I have sharpshooter. I don't know if that affects it. I know it keeps me from having like long range at disadvantage, but I don't think, and it ignores
I
like
think it's crossbow
cover.
expert that does that. So yeah, so go ahead and roll with disadvantage shooting this.
Oh,
negative.
I do also have I have crossbow expert and sharpshooter.
Oh,
So,
okay,
oh
there
yeah,
you go.
so yeah, I can do it without disadvantage. Cool. I was like, I think
Great.
there's okay.
Yeah,
Sweet. So I'm
crossbow
gonna-
expert. Yes.
yeah, I have both crossbow expert and sharpshooter.
Okay.
That's a 20 something. I rolled a 17 on the dice plus
Yeah,
8.
that's
Yeah.
a definite hit.
All right. So, and am I hidden from this thing? Probably not.
No, you are.
Oh, okay, sweet. So, do I get advantage? I guess it doesn't matter because I mean, I hit.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, if you want to roll to see if you crit.
Sure. Okay, no, I don't crit, but since I have a level of rogue, I do get my sneak attack.
Yes.
So that's going to be 8 plus 3. That's 11 points of piercing damage from the first shot.
Okay.
Take my second shot for a 19 to hit,
That's a hit.
dealing 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And with my dread ambusher, because it's
Oh, yeah.
my first turn in combat, I'm going to take an additional attack.
Okay.
Getting that's a 27 to hit or 26 to
Okay.
hit. And that one deals bonus damage for dread ambusher. So that's Another 13 points of piercing damage.
Wow, right out of the gate, nail this thing. Three of these bolts go thunking into it. Give me a perception check. And to be remind everybody, I don't think there's any source of illumination in here. So I think everybody has dark vision, but there's no light.
Well, that's a 15 perception.
15 perception. You're lower firing crossbow bolts in this thing, and it looks like it's kind of tearing into it, but it doesn't look like it's doing a huge amount of damage.
Cool.
And then any movement?
No. I'll shift a little over to the right. Yeah. But I'm going to stay engaged with this because I don't want to start getting slapped by trying to run away.
Awesome. Okay, next up is Astrid.
Okay, well, obviously, Gita is having some trouble with a big thing. So she's about to get some help. From this guy, I'm going to cast Find Familiar.
Okay.
And when Puff shows up, I'm going to send him over to Gita and have him hold the help action.
Okay, awesome. So what does Puff look like again?
He looks like this.
It's a little furry dragon unicorn thing?
He's a pseudo-dragon.
Pseudo-dragon. Okay, awesome. All right, Gita, yeah, this is not alarming. You've seen this thing floating around before, but everybody else sees this little dragon thing appear and fly across the room. Okay, next up, Thalen. So Thalen, what you see is all of your compatriots, this large fungal monster that Luke Talk went and poked with a spear, and then just appearing out of fucking nowhere is this person who's just started firing crossbow bolts into this thing.
I do have one quick thing I want to point out. If anyone is relying on dark vision to see me, I'm functionally invisible to them.
Oh, yeah.
From it's one of the Gloomstalker feature.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. No, so yeah, never mind. Luke Talk poked it, and some things seems to be interacting with it other than Luke Talk, but there's this horrible, monstrous fungus here in the control room.
All right. Do I see any of these other wacky non-elf people?
Give me a perception check. They all rolled 25 plus, so you'll probably need a nat 20.
Oh, yeah. For 25, I don't even think a nat 20 would get it done.
Mine's with disadvantage.
I was going to say, several of us, you have to do it with disadvantage.
Okay, well, with advantage, it's 19. Without, it's a 12. So,
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so I only still see our group.
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to use my bonus action to burn Fighting Spirit and get myself 5 temporary HP.
Great.
And to story out the advantage that gives me on my next attack, I am going to fairly casually take out my light crossbow, lean it flush against the table for a steady shot, and shoot.
Nice.
All right, so 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's a definite hit.
All right, 8 points of piercing damage.
80 points of piercing damage. Awesome. Yeah, and then give me a perception check.
All right. It's a nat 1 on perception.
Okay. Awesome. All right, you've nailed it with a crossbow bolt.
And for my movement, the little, is it a desk that's that's 3 squares south?
All of the orange shapes are desks.
Okay, so I am going to scoot over behind this desk. Do I see the weird thing next to me now?
No, Astrid's basically invisible.
Okay, so I'm sort of prepared for the next round now. Turn.
Awesome. Are you getting some cover behind that desk then?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. All right, Thalen, nail the thing with a crossbow bolt. Okay, that is Mega Fungus. Well, Gita, you're right next to it. Two fungal pseudopods kind of lash out, try to thwack you. One of those is a 15. Nope, not gonna do it. I am sorry, I forgot this. Gita, give me 4 DC 12 con saves, please.
Cool. That's 1 fail,
That's
2
fine.
fails.
That's fine also.
That's a success. And that's a nat 20.
Nice. After each of the bolts that you fired hit the thing, and then the one that Thalen hit it, little puffs of spores get released, and you can't help but inhale some of them. And you feel as you do that they're like eating away at your insides, basically. You take
That's
8 points of damage.
Oof.
Okay, that's the megafauna. Okay, on initiative past 20, 2 things happen. One, you all start to see mold and mildew fill the room and ooze from all of the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and it's pushing the walls basically in an attempt to engulf you, basically.
The fuck?
So everybody who is against a wall, basically, this fungus is like pouring over you. You are not yet smothered, but you will start to suffocate if you do not move out of that space. And furthermore, along this wall, a little dome of fungus, like a white plaque, sort of starts to bubble out from the extruding fungus.
What happens at the door? Does the door get closed off?
Yeah, door's gone. I mean, it's somewhere in there. You could probably dig through if you wanted to get to the door. And oops. Two humanoid creatures. Oh, hey, there's Rumal. Hey.
We've lost our screen share, Eric.
I know. It's good. I'm going to go back and forth as I need to manipulate things that I don't want you guys to see.
Exciting.
Two humanoid fungal creatures kind of step out of the encircling fungal mass as well.
It's Mushroom Man.
Dimitri.
Dimitri kind of looks at Teresa for guidance. The big one or the little ones?
Teresa indicates towards the big one.
Okay. And Dimitri's gonna haul ass right in between Luktok and Gita and make a strike at the fungal mass.
Okay, awesome. Give me a strength saving throw first, please. DC 10.
So that is a 15 on the strength. 15.
15, great. The wall of fungus that was kind of encasing you, you're able to pull yourself out. You sprint across the room. Do you want to try to stay hidden as you're doing this, or no?
Dimitri thinks that there's not much point in stealth at this phase. Everybody knows that shit's gone down, so I'm not real fussed about staying stealthy.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so Elves crew, you see this really pale looking dude sprint across the room and just start pummeling into this fungus thing. Dimitri, you rolled a hit.
All right. So I get 2 attacks. The first is a 20.
That's a hit.
The second is a 13.
That is a miss.
All right. So that's... So I am doing I'm rolling 8 on the damage on the hit.
And how much?
8. Sorry.
Oh,
8
sorry.
damage.
I thought you said you were rolling an 8-sided. Okay, you, Dimitri, you run up, you punch this thing. Gita, as soon as you see Dimitri punch it, you see that definitely caused a lot more damage than your crossbow bolts, at least proportionally. The bad thing is a big burst of spores gets released. Dimitri, Gita, give DC 12 Constitution saving throws, please.
Good on my end.
Good on mine as well.
All right, you each take 2 points of damage as you inhale some spores that start doing unpleasant things to your insides. Okay, next is Luke Talk.
Is it safe to say that I noticed the cloud of spore explosions when this thing got hit?
Yes, I think that's totally fair.
Okay, cool. I'm assuming a 7 will miss. Will a 19 hit?
19 hits.
Okay, so here's what I do. I miss badly with my spear, but deftly change that into a pole vault. Hit it with a spinning side thrust kick with my claws extended for 6 points as I action surge to activate my bubblehead amulet.
Oh, neat. And what kind of damage was that? Was that slashing or bludgeoning?
So I honestly don't know if I have an option because I'm not sure how the tabaxi work on that. I know I get to do lethal damage instead of non-lethal because I have claws, so I'm imagining it must be slashing.
Yeah, that's going to be slashing. And that was how much?
6.
6. Yeah, you scratch away pieces of this fungal creature, tearing bits of it, and yeah, poof of spore appear. You activate your bubblehead. Whoop. A little personal sphere of air appears around your head, preventing you from inhaling spores. But Dimitri and Gita, go ahead and roll your DC 12 con saves, please.
That was a fail.
Pass.
Okay, Gita, that's 3 points of damage. Dimitri, that's 1 point of damage. More of these spores are just bursting up every time you guys hit this thing. Okay, that was Dimitri. That was Luke Talk. Rumil, on your action, a couple of things happen before you act. The first is this little like white pustule that had formed explodes and little white goo goes everywhere. But it doesn't get on anybody because nobody's right next to it. Rumil, what is your action? You're kind of here in the middle. I can't. Are you speaking? I can't hear you.
Is that any better? I'll just.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you now.
On my next turn, I'll try to find some different headphones. Okay. Do I see the 2 other mushroom people?
You do. Yes.
Okay. Let me then use. I'm going to use Scorching Ray, specifically targeting each, one to each of them and one towards the big fellow in the corner.
Oh wow. Okay. Awesome.
I've got an 11, a 10, and a 9.
11, 10, and 9. They each of those miss. You're kind of trying to hit 3 targets in 3 different directions, and these burning bright bolts of energy hit the walls, kind of sear into them. But it is, since it's kind of mossy, it's all kind of like gooey, so it doesn't actually set anything alight. And you miss those characters. Any movement or bonus actions?
No, for right now, I'm good where I'm at.
Okay, awesome. Tick Tick.
Hi, I want to know who is standing next to Thalen. Are they visible?
I sincerely doubt it. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That would be 19.
Nope, you can't. You can see Thalen kind of crouching behind the desk. You can see Rumil. You can see these mushroom guys, and you did just see this this other person. Actually, I think give me an insight check, Tick Tick, as you saw this other guy run by you.
Yeah. 16.
Yeah, it looks like this dude, like the way that he attacked that fungal creature is it's not the same as your martial style, but it's very reminiscent of it.
Cool. Have to follow up with him later. This guy in the center next to the circular
Rumil.
table. That's Rumil. Okay. Oh, great. I'm going to charge the mushroom pod up in the corner.
Okay.
Behind Luktak, and I had a 24 on the attack roll.
Yeah, that's a definite hit.
That's 8 points.
You rush up, smash this thing. 8 points of damage. It kind of turns and part of its face gets crumpled. It's heavily injured.
Cool.
Okay. So that's Tick Tick. Next is Boss. You're getting swallowed by a wall of mushroom.
I like it the other way around.
And you see, and there's this like humanoid mushroom thing that just emerged from next to you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna disengage and try to go to basically the center.
Okay.
Going around into the center. And then I will sling attack the big thing.
Okay, awesome. Are you trying to stay stealthy as you're doing this?
Yes, I guess up until when I sling, because
right, then it goes away. Okay, great. So yeah, you roll your sling attack with advantage on this first one, and you get a sneak attack.
Just already rolling my con save.
18 to hit.
That's a hit.
Come on, roll the things. 14 bludgeoning damage.
Wow. Boss, out of nowhere, this tiny little kobold hurls this sling bullet that probably has done the most damage of anybody so far. The bullet just tears into this thing. And Rumil, suddenly there's a fucking kobold standing next to you. By the way.
Huh. I just let out this shriek and sort of pull away. This has been pretty rough, but that was weird as shit.
I shriek back and pull away.
Rumil,
Okay.
stay cool. They're clearly non-elves here. We've got to keep it together.
Dimitri, Gita, saving throws.
I'm good.
That's a fail.
Okay, Gita, 1 point of damage. Dimitri, 2 points of damage. Okay, and on Boss Cog's turn, a little horrible pustule forms on this wall, right next to Thalen and Astrid.
So many pustules, Eric.
What's that?
Why so many pustules?
Why so many pustules? Because it's a horrible fungus thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Mushroom creatures. Okay, this one, Tick Tick is going to try to grab you. So give me a grapple check, please.
What?
Is that 20?
For real?
No, what'd you get?
18.
18. Okay. Yeah, it reaches out to try to grab you, and it does not get a hold of you. This one is going to look around. It does not see Teresa. Rumil's standing right there. Rumil, this kind of humanoid-ish fungus thing like oozes towards you and is like trying to reach out to grab you. Give me a athletics check. Your DC is 11. Rumil, athletics. Yep.
15.
15. Okay, great. It's reaching out to grab you. You pull away without it getting you. Teresa.
Teresa is going to fire off her short bow at the megafauna.
Okay. You have advantage on this first roll if you want it.
All right. That is a natural 20. I rolled a 2 and a 20.
Ooh.
So
There
I
you go.
double my damage, right?
Yeah, double everything.
Double everything, including my
All the-
sneak attack.
Yep,
How
exactly.
exciting. Okay.
Roll all
so,
those dice twice. Yeah.
So that's 8, 9, 10 plus 26 altogether.
Wow.
Hey.
You hit this thing dead center with your arrow. It kind of passes somewhat through it without doing that much damage. But it definitely hurt it pretty substantially. Dimitri, Gita, Constitution saving throw, DC 12.
Pass.
At a 21.
All right. Only 2 points of damage from that.
And Teresa is going to move away from this horrible wall, and move sort of up towards that table. No, sorry, the round table. Is that a table?
Yep.
Whatever that is, and hide again.
Okay. Give me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. That is a 19.
Great. No problem. And then your hide.
That is a natural 20 for 29.
Okay.
Hang on. Do we still have Pass Without Trace active?
Yes, technically.
So it's 39.
39.
9.
Teresa's an absolute ghost. No one sees anything. Okay, that's back to the top with Gita.
All right. Gita is going to drop that Pass Without Trace here.
Okay.
Dimitri's holding up the Pass Without Trace.
Oh, wait, no, Gita wasn't even doing it. It was Dimitri. I forgot. Yeah, because I had already canceled mine. Okay. So Gita is going to drop the Detect Magic. That's what she was concentrating on. And instead cast, as a bonus action, cast Zephyr Strike. And
nice.
Promptly hurtle over this table and run over towards Teresa. Yeah. And because I cast Zephyr Strike, my movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
Yep.
And then choking and coughing from just having inhaled such a ridiculous amount of spores, she's not going to turn back and shoot the big fungus thing that's going to, poof more spores onto Dimitri, and is instead going to start taking shots at this mushroom dude across the table.
Okay, awesome.
With the power of Puff.
So, and once before the end of my turn, I can give myself advantage from Zephyr Strike. So
Wow.
before the spell ends, I only get it on the one attack.
Yep.
But hey, that's good. One was a 2, the other was a 17. So 17 plus 8 surely hits.
Definite hit.
Cool. So that does, with my sneak attack, that's 8 points of piercing damage and 4 points of force damage from Zephyr Strike.
Wow. All right, your arrow is much more effective against this thing than the big blob. Tears into the center of it. As a reaction, it kind of throws out a hand to try to grab Rumil again. Rumil, give me an athletics check. Your DC is 14 for this one.
I do not make it.
Okay, Rumil, this fungus guy right next to you, after it got hit, like reflexively reached out, grabbed you, and it's starting to ooze onto your body. Currently, you are suffering from a poison condition. You think it's going for your mouth, and you don't think good things are going to happen if it gets there.
I'm going to
Okay.
shoot it again with my extra attack.
Great.
Does a 19 hit?
19 definitely hits.
Okay. 4 damage, though. Only 4 points of damage.
That
Piercing
is
damage.
enough to kill it. So the creature dies. Unfortunately, Rumil, what is crawling up your skin towards your mouth is still doing that. It's like not an actual part of the living organism or the sentient organism, animated organism. Maybe that's a better word. That Gita just destroyed. Okay, at the end of Gita's turn, this little pustule by Astrid and Thalen pops. I need the two of you to make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, please.
19.
Okay.
19.
Hey. All right. You each
Nice.
only take 4 points of damage as this disgusting white goo kind of splatters over you and burns into you a bit, but does not poison you. Okay, that was on Gita's turn. Next up, Astrid.
All right. Can you move? All right. Can I move to the kind of the center of the room, like right above Rumil?
Yep.
Okay. And while I'm still hidden, I'm going to shoot the big boy with my short bow.
Okay.
And
You have advantage on your first attack.
natural 20.
All right. Roll your damage. Double your dice.
Okay. I'm not even sure I have 6d6.
Just roll 3 twice.
That's okay. So first, double the basic short bow damage. That's 5, so 10, and then add 14 to that.
Whoa. So 24?
No, that was just the first 3 sneak attack dice.
Wait, what?
20. I doubled.
That doesn't.
Okay.
You just roll twice the dice. You don't double the numbers.
Right, I'm sorry. I doubled the first two for the basic short bow. So 16 and plus plus 10. So 26 total.
All right. Your arrow sinks into it. Again, doing pretty good amount of damage, but not as much as you would hope.
And I'm going to cunning action hiding.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll it.
That attack took me out of stealth.
Correct.
Oh, can I get Puff to help me?
No, Puff is helping Gita.
Okay. 27.
Okay. And then Dimitri, give me a con save.
So Dimitri is not real bright, but he remembers that he doesn't have to breathe.
Oh, okay. They still affect him unless he has like the bubblehead charm, like
Okay,
like
just wanted to clarify.
Yep.
Okay. That is a fail in the DC 12.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
3 points of damage to Dimitri. That's on Astrid's turn, and then another one of these pustules. On left wall. Okay, that's Astrid Thalen.
All right. So Thalen is going to drop his crossbow onto the table.
Okay.
And draw his swords.
Okay.
And move on the diagonal up and east. Good. And make his dual attack on the fungus deal.
Awesome.
Okay. Rapier's a 21.
That hits.
And Scimitar's a 19.
Also a hit.
Okay. All right. 8 points piercing plus 10 points slashing.
You skewer this thing with one of your swords and lop it in two with your other. As it's falling into pieces, one of its arms lashes out to try to infect you. Give me a athletics check, DC 14.
All right.
I get a reaction to that.
Yes.
I'm going to attack it.
It's dead.
Oh,
job.
all right then.
I mean, you could like beat it into a pulp if you want. Just add to the gooey, sticky mess around it already.
And Eric, that's exactly 14.
14. All right, great. You avoid it grabbing you and infecting you with whatever it was going to infect you with. Okay. Any more movement?
Let's move on the diagonal south and east, just in front, and in turn.
Okay. All right, that's Thalen. All right, the big blobby guy. He's going to move. He's going to leave. Luke Talk, you're threatened range, so you get an opportunity attack on him if you'd like.
Sorry. Yes, indeed. That would be an 18 with my spear.
Yes, that hits.
All right. That'll be 8 points with the spear. Normally, I don't know how this works with opportunity attacks. Do I can I activate my bonus offhand attack?
I think that requires a bonus action to do.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it does.
Okay, yeah, so you just have your reaction. So 8 points of damage. You stab it with a spear as it's leaving your area. Dimitri, another Constitution saving throw.
Pass.
Pass. You only take 1 point of damage. And you did. Okay, stabbed it. All right, this thing is into the room further and is going to lash out with a pseudopod at Dimitri. That's going to miss and lash out at a pseudopod at Gita. That nat one, not going to do it. Just flailing around. This pustule bursts. Nobody's within 5 feet, so that is not a problem. And another one forms on that wall again. Okay, yes.
I just said exciting.
Okie dokie. The walls, the fungus continues to grow from the walls, filling up the whole control room here. Getting to the point where it is going to start to suffocate people. Luke Talk, you're like encased with this fungus thing. You can still kind of emerge, but it's growing. 2 more mushroom men appear in the corners. And another pustule appears on this wall. Okay, that's 20. Dimitri.
Dimitri's going to shift to the west to allow the tabaxi to come in and hopefully engage.
Okay.
And then is going to channel the darkness within and spend a key point to perform a flurry of blows in addition to his 2 regular attacks. And so
Nice.
he's just going to unload.
Yeah.
17, 11,
Hits.
25, and 18.
3 hits.
So that's going to be 14 plus 12 is 26 damage.
Wow. Yeah, you guys see Dimitri just wailing away at this thing, pummeling into it. Bits of fungus flail off. So that was 3 hits, Dimitri. So that's 3 con saves.
16, natural 1, and an 8. So 1 pass, 1 crit fail, and 1 fail.
Okay, so you take 5 points of damage from those spores.
Do I need to be making con saves as well?
I was just about to say, Gita, you're right next to
Yeah.
it again. So,
Okay, I had 2 successes and 1 fail.
2 successes and 1 fail. So you take 4 points of damage.
Okay. And do I need how many was that, like multiple instances of damage then?
Yes.
Because I have to make con checks for every time I take damage.
Oh my
concentrating
God,
I'm concentrating on Zephyr Strike.
On Zephyr Strike, yeah. They're all DC 10, but yeah.
Immediately failed it. First one failed.
Oh.
Oh man. That's rough. Okay, Zephyr Strike fades. Luke Talk. Yeah, there's this fungus about to envelop you.
1 west, 1 southwest, 1 east. I'm sorry, southeast.
Great. Give me a strength saving throw first to pull through free of this stuff.
22.
Yes, DC 10.
All right. And I am going to attack it with my spear.
Fantastic.
Natural 1. Do we have critical fail rules?
Nope, not this time.
You just look
Sweet.
dumb.
I missed.
You just look silly. All right, coming around trying to stab it. No luck there, but at least you're not going to get enveloped by the wall. This pustule pops. Nobody is next to it.
I have a question. Is the ceiling also closing in, or is it just the walls?
The ceiling is closing in, but it's a pretty high ceiling, so it's probably not going to pose a serious problem for you. Okay, Rumil, your turn.
Can I don't know if I need to roll for this, but do I have a method? Like, can I just pull this thing off of me? This tentacly thing, or
if you wanted to take your action to do that, then yeah, you can give yourself advantage on your next saving throw.
Okay, then I guess I'll do that.
Great. Give me a Constitution saving throw, DC 13.
Shitting me. I do not make it.
Okay. You're trying to scrape this stuff off, and it continues to climb up, and now it's on your face, and you are poisoned and blinded as it starts to make its way into your mouth.
Great. Okay.
Which you expect will be very bad.
Do we need to see that happening, or is this just kind of lost in the chaos?
I mean, it is pretty chaotic, but you guys are reasonably competent. I mean, Boss certainly sees this. Thalen, it's your brother, and he's right next to you, so you see this happening for sure. And yeah, if anybody is curious, you can certainly, do a perception check or medicine check. Okay, that was Tick Tick. This pops and gets onto Teresa. Teresa, give me a dexterity saving throw, DC 15.
Don't I have something for that? DC 15. Pass.
Okay, you take 8 halved to 4 damage and are not poisoned. Okay, Tick Tick.
Okay, Tick Tick is going to sidestep through Thalen.
Yep.
And get on top of Rumil and rip that thing off his head.
Okay, awesome. Great. Give me a medicine check, please.
I'm an expert in medicine.
Great. Hopefully you'll roll well.
I got an 18.
18. Great. So yeah, this thing was starting to go down Rumil's throat. You grab it, you claw it off. Some of it is still on him, but he's no longer blinded.
Yeah. Okay.
Trying to save Rumil desperately. Another one of these pustules forms. All right, that was Tick Tick Boss.
Okay, well, first I go, you gotta pee on it. And I point at the guy next to me.
Okay.
And I will sling into the big thing again.
Okay, awesome. I don't think do you have advantage on this?
Yes. I
Okay.
have Pack tactics.
Oh yeah, yeah.
22 damage.
Damage. Okay.
Bludgeoning.
22 bludgeoning damage. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, you're again, the freaking glow ball just consistently tearing chunks of this thing off with just like a simple little sling.
Yeah. And then the circular console thing,
Yeah.
can I climb onto it?
Definitely.
Okay, and then I hide on top of it.
Okay, go ahead and roll your stealth.
9.
Okay, and then I think you still have pass without trace active, so that's 19.
Okay, sweet.
Which is not too bad. Okay, that's boss. Okay, the fungus guys. Tick Tick, this one next to you, seeing you distracted, reaches out and tries to grab you. Give me an athletics check, DC 10.
Ah, athletics. Wow, I got a 12.
Okay, great. You prevent it from grabbing you. Gita, this one tries to grab you. Give me a athletics check, DC 5.
Okay. That's a 20.
No problem. Okay. It does not successfully grab you. This pustule bursts without splattering on anybody. And another one forms on that wall. Teresa.
Teresa is going to shoot the big bad with her short bow.
Okay.
Pew, pew, pew.
That is a 25.
That's a
And
hit.
she gets sneak attack, so that is 17 damage.
17.
Oh, sorry, 17, 18, 19, 20 damage.
20? Wow. All right.
And then she is going to move diagonally up and to the left and hide again.
Great.
And that is a 25, so 35.
Okay, awesome. Teresa, basically, there's just random arrows coming out of the darkness as far as anyone can tell from somewhere from under this table, basically.
And you're also like, why didn't Teresa help in this fight?
Right, yeah. What the hell? Okay, back to the top, Gita.
All right, Gita's gonna recast.
Oh wait, hang on. I need Constitution saving throws from Dimitri and Gita.
Pass.
We're good. I got a 13.
Okay, 2 points of damage to each of you.
Cool. All right. So
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
you're good. I'm gonna, as a bonus action, recast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
And just go sprinting like up and to the left and like around. I want to go like basically end up directly to the left of Teresa. Actually, I'll like run around the bottom of the table and then like end up to the left of Teresa.
Awesome.
And so I don't get opportunity attacks from Zephyr Strike. And then I'm going to use the advantage that it gives me to take a sharpshooter shot. So I'm going to take a penalty to hit for a bonus to the damage against the big guy.
Cool.
So it's a -5 to hit, but I'm rolling with advantage. Ooh, that's maybe not going to hit. That's 11 plus. Yeah, that's only a 14 to hit after the penalty.
14. Yeah, you're trying to draw an accurate bead on this thing, and you're just not able to hit it in a particularly sensitive spot.
All right, then I'll just take a regular shot for my extra attack.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to hit. That's a 22.
Yeah, definitely.
And that one, and I get sneak attack because they're allies up next to it.
Oh, yeah.
For 7 points of piercing damage.
Seven total?
Yes.
Okay. You shoot it. I mean, this thing is taking a lot of damage, mostly from Boss and his sling. But you guys have all been picking away at it a bit. It's definitely looking hurt. Astrid.
All right. I want to move directly in front of it, like right under
Okay.
the top. And I'm going to hit it with green flame blade.
Ooh, nice.
Right. I roll with
You have advantage on this attack because you're hidden.
Okay, that is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right. And then, so 1d8 for the rapier damage. That's 7 plus 4 is 11. And then, Sam, how many fire damage dice do I roll?
For green flame blade?
Yes.
It should just be 1d8.
I think it's D8.
Just 1d8.
1d8 at level 6.
Yeah, at 5th level, it does. The initial attack does the initial attack does like your weapon damage plus 1d8, and the secondary one is 1d8 plus spellcasting ability mod.
Okay. All right, so this is the regular. That's 4 fire damage.
Okay, on top of how much was your sword?
11.
11, so 15 total?
And then Sam, do I get that extra 1 plus my spellcasting mod? At level
I think
10?
that's to an adjacent opponent.
Yeah, it's
right?
to somebody else. It's to it's to
Oh, well,
another
I'm
creature.
I can't reach the other mushroom man with that because it's more than
Nope.
5 away. So that'll be it.
Okay, you dart up, come out of darkness, hack into it with this blade burning with green flame, and you're chopping away at it. I'm gonna need you and Dimitri to give me a con save, DC 12.
Just as a quick question, couldn't he go ahead and move one south and also?
I think the bad
bonus
guys
to
have
that?
to be adjacant.
Yeah, it's adjacent to the target,
Oh,
not
okay.
to adjacent to
I
him.
don't know. Sorry.
Okay. I fail that con save.
I did as well.
2 points of damage to each of you from these horrible spores. Man, Dimitri is looking hurt. He's just covered in spores. Just an absolute layer of white spores consuming Dimitri. Like they're burning on his skin. Looking hurt. Okay, Thalen.
Okay, Thalen is going to.
You see Tick Tick is dealing with your brother, it looks like.
Okay,
Rumel's not going to immediately die.
yeah, we'll deal with him when he's going to immediately die. Until then, it's a learning experience for him. All right, I am going to use my action and bonus action to attack with both of my weapons. So the rapier is 22 to hit,
That's a hit.
and the scimitar is also 22.
Yeah. Roll your damage.
Okay. So that's 6 points piercing with the rapier and 8 points slashing with the scimitar.
You have got this down, Thalen. You like stab it with the rapier, slash it with the scimitar. There's just a little tendril basically holding the thing together. It slaps out against you. Give me an athletics check, DC 21.
Okay. Jeez. Okay. That'll be 22.
Okay.
19 for 22.
It almost grabs you, and you're able to slip out of it.
Okay, so I will use my my free object interaction to sheathe my weapons, burn an action surge, and use an object action to pick up my light crossbow and sling it over my shoulder before it is lost forever.
Okay.
And then I am going to move around 1 to the east of Rumil. And if that takes an attack of opportunity, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it does. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. This is a DC 23. I rolled a nat 20.
Okay. Come on, nat 20. Nope.
It slaps you, and this goo starts to slide up your arm and ooze into your pores. You are currently poisoned.
Okay, fine. All right, intern.
You still have your action, right?
Because I used my free object interaction, the action surge was to save the weapon, right?
I mean, action surge gives you another action, doesn't it? What does action surge get you?
Yeah.
Another action.
Okay. Well, then if we're doing that, I'll use my action to try to get rid of this thing.
Okay, great. That'll give you advantage on your save at the end of your next turn. So just remind me about that.
Sure.
Okay,
intern.
Okay, this pustule pops. Dimitri, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Or Dimitri's just getting wailed on over there.
That's an 11.
11 is not going to do it. This stuff just oozes over you, burns the heck out of your skin for 11 points of damage.
Ooh.
What do you have you at, Dimitri?
I'm at 2.
I have you at 2 as well. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
And
Just not let me breathe.
and you are also blinded. This stuff like gets in your eyes and is just burning all over you. So that's Thalen. Okay, the big thing goes. It's going to. It really wants to get at Bosk, but it can't quite get there, and he can't see him. All right, it's going to flail at Luke Talk. That is a hit, and Astrid, that is also a hit. Okay.
Perfect. As a reaction, I use Hellish Rebuke.
Ooh, nice.
Big fan.
Luke Talk 7 points of damage.
Jesus. I think I'm the
Astrid
same level as
5.
everyone else.
All right, so what happens is, all right, so what happens is after getting hit by this thing, Astrid's eyes go aflame. She trembles and thrusts her hands out at the mushroom creature.
Fantastic. How much damage?
This is it's a dex saving throw for 2d10 fire.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, did it make it?
Yes.
Okay, it still takes half of 18, so 9 fire damage.
Okay, sorry, I was called on for testosterone powers. 5 points of fire damage as this thing strikes you. Okay,
9 points.
fantastic. And then, 9.
Yeah, half of 18.
Okay. Wow. Damn, this thing is getting burned up. And then, Astrid, give me an athletics check, DC 12.
Not acrobatics?
Not acrobatics. And Luke Talk, give me a athletics check, DC 14, please.
I don't make it.
Great.
Nat 20.
All right, great. This thing hits you, Luke Talk, and then tries to use that hit to like glom onto you. You were able to batter it away. Astrid, you get hit. You hellish rebuke it. It grabs you, and it's now lifting you up to like bring you into this maw that opens at the top of the thing.
Ah!
Okay, and then a pustule forms.
Teresa! Gita! Help!
On that wall.
Elves! Help me!
Okay.
The fuck?
I'm still... Yeah, you see an elven captain wearing really fine elven captain regalia being lifted into the air.
The walls close in even further. You are all being compressed into this extremely tiny space as the fungus continues through the walls. You can only just barely make out the monster through it at this point, and you've completely lost track of these little fungal men guys. They are going to go ahead and spawn there. All right, so that's that. Dimitri.
Is this fungal wall press in like sufficiently sturdy enough that I could stand on it if I have spider climb, which I do?
100%.
Okay.
Also, you're not. So the wall itself is not damaging. It's just going to suffocate you, which is not a problem for Dimitri.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to actually like move into the fungus, it's like difficult terrain. But you could like be carrying your way through this wall.
Will this fungal wall prevent the spores from killing me further? Can I just hang out in here in a safe space?
You'd have to move away from the creature to be truly in a safe space.
Okay.
Wait, if we don't need to worry about breathing, we can move through the fungus without particular concern?
I mean, you're not going to suffocate. It's just going to be like, that's all you're going to be doing is like trying to move through this.
Like
the real
double movement cost? Like what? How does this work?
You'll have to give it a go. The real problem is suffocating.
Not for me.
Yes. Okay, Dimitri.
Dimitri has made peace. He's undead. He's used to this whole like dying is a bad thing. So he's just gonna go out with a bang, and he's gonna channel the last of his. He's actually got a little bit more ki, but he's gonna channel his ki and go down swinging with the Raven Queen's name on his lips and make 4 attacks again.
Awesome. These are, unless you have something to balance it, these are going to be a disadvantage because you are like kind of being consumed by the wall as you're trying to hit the thing.
Okay, can I first try to move out on top of Looktalk? Like,
yeah, because you do have spider climb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can totally give me a strength save first, DC 10.
All right, so that's an 11 on the strength.
Okay, awesome.
It's a good start.
You pull out, and then I'm gonna put you on the board here, realizing that you're basically above the thing trying to hit on it, and you're like sticking to the wall. Yep. Go ahead and roll.
All right.
4 attacks.
So that's 19, 25, 14, and 8.
2 hits.
All right. So 17 damage.
17, and that's bludgeoning. You wail on this thing, kicking it, bursts of spores releasing into the air. Astrid, Dimitri, give me your saving throws.
$10 on Constitution.
How many saving throws? 1 for each strike?
Yes, two DC 12 Constitution saving throws.
Yeah, 10 and 21.
Okay, although it doesn't really matter because I rolled the smallest I could. So 2 points of damage to Astrid, 2 points of damage to Dimitri. Dimitri falls. So Dimitri sticks his way up, kicks the heck out of this thing, releasing these spores that surround him. You see he loses his grip on the wall as he falls back unconscious into the room. What a heroic action for a baddie. Okay. This pustule pops. Luke talk.
Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Okay, so I stab it with my spear and hit for 9 points of piercing damage. Looking up the rules, Tabaxi can default to clawing, but I'm just going to use the monk D4 bludgeoning. 19 unarmed for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh! You stab it and then punch over top of it. This thing it's just a shred of its former self. Like, it's still clearly animated, but you can see cracks in it. The pseudopods that it's swinging, that it's hanging Astrid by, are barely functioning. It is heavily, heavily injured.
I can take movement also, right?
Yes.
I'm going to climb up so that when the walls push in again, I can just kind of follow them and not need to occupy a friendly space.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Well,
12. Okay, you scramble up. You're not able to get very far, but since Dimitri's behind you, if the walls close in again, you'll be at least probably like everybody's head level.
okay, that's what I wanted.
And Astrid, give me 2 DC 12 con saves.
I don't make either one again.
Ooh, 6 points of damage this time. This thing's holding you in its grip, and these spores are just being released all over you. That's Luke Talk Rumel. So you're no longer blinded. You're still poisoned. This thing's still trying to like get into you. But I think Thalen is helping you out. So you can use your action to do something else because you're going to have an advantage anyways from Thalen helping you.
Okay, then I'll try my Scorching Ray on it again on the main guy this time, all
Great.
3 of them.
All right.
Does a 16 hit?
16 just misses.
Okay, then I do not hit it.
And Rumel just rolling rubbish. Just these bursts of fire hurtling towards the thing and just not able to hit it. Go ahead and give me your Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Does a 15 work?
A 15 does. You finally are able to overcome the thing, fling it off of you. It splatters onto the floor. You are no longer poisoned or being turned into a fungus creature yourself.
Great.
I hate to ask, but does any crazy wild magic shenanigans happen?
Oh yeah, give me a D20, Rumel. Thank you.
$13.
13. Okay, no. And increase your counter by 2. Because you cast that first Scorching Ray I forgot to account for. Okay, after Rumil is Tick Tick.
Ray, you appear to be muted.
I think you're muted, Ray.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm going to Step of the Wind to disengage.
Great.
And then I'm going to charge at the big guy with double my jumping distance, and I'll attack it. So I'll jump.
You're just going to like do a standing jump, hurling through the air to hit this thing.
Yeah, I'm going to come down with a spinning axe kick and rip this thing a new one.
Awesome. Go ahead.
I got a 19.
That's a hit.
What's that, Ken?
Spinning axe kick is hard to pull off.
Yeah, well, I just did it. So I got 8 points.
8 points of damage. All right, you come down, spinning axe kick this thing, crack through it. It's hanging on by a bare thread. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I love dexterity saving throws.
Unless you're gonna do some shenanigans to try to like hang on here.
I got a 19.
Okay. You fall off of him and kind of eventually just kind of get tumbled into this space that is free.
Okay. Well, I mean, Astrid's in the air, and Luktak's in the air as well.
Oh, that's true. I forgot that Astrid's being picked up. Okay, great. Okay, boss.
I don't like that it sees me, but it doesn't see me, but it's coming after me. Did you say it's disadvantaged to hit it because it's partly in the wall?
No, when Dimitri was in the wall, he had disadvantage. But
got it. Okay, well, I will yell and thing attack it again.
Be right back.
Somewhere around a 20 to hit for 10, 11, 15, 18 damage.
Boss, who has consistently hit this thing, jumps out of hiding. This tiny little kobold whirls his sling, It cracks through the pseudopod that's holding Astrid, hits the thing right where its maw was forming, and the last crack along its, kind of mushroom stem elongates and folds, and then the whole thing kind of slumps and stops moving. The mushroom men also dissolve kind of into the floor, and the walls kind of wobble and start to erode back. The creature is destroyed. Nobody got turned into a mushroom.
I catch the stranger that's falling out of the air.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you grab Astrid. Great. And now you're in this command room as the fungus is like kind of dripping, like gloops of it are falling from the ceiling. It's kind of dissolving from the walls. And there's a couple people that are still hidden, but for the most part, you can all kind of see each other.
Pass Without Trace has ceased, by the way, with my consciousness.
Ah, yes. Okay, great. Yeah. So yeah, the elves.
If anyone's still relying on dark vision, I'm still invisible to you.
Everyone, there's no source of light, so nobody's able to see you.
Very sorry. I did not know that would happen when I poked it.
I'm gonna stroll over casually to Dimitri and kneel down and cast Cure Wounds on Dimitri.
Great.
Because he seemed very, very useful in that fight, and I want him conscious.
I say to Tick Tick,
So
well done,
that's
here. You can put me
9
down.
hit points there. Again.
Oh,
Welcome to the
Nice.
bridge. Are you here to relieve me? I've been here since yesterday, and I have not had my lunch break yet. Yes. As soon as you show me where those codes are, the bridge is yours.
Belay that. I walk over to Thalen and salute him and say, Cirilla Whiteash, Captain.
Oh, Captain Whiteash, eh?
Give me a
Are you-
deception Astrid, and Thalen, roll insight with advantage. Captain's a pretty high rank in the Navy.
And there's 2 of them in this room.
Yes. Tick Tick is wearing a captain's coat.
So that's going to be a natural 20 for a total of 23.
Fuck. I rolled a 14.
Yeah, Thalen, there is no way this is a truthful statement.
What are the
All right.
chances?
All right. Whiteash, how long have you been in the Navy?
Why the hell would you ask a stupid question like that, sailor?
Sailor, you clearly don't know your rates and ranks. So, fortunately, the Navy and I aren't on the best terms right now. You appear to be of ill repute. Are you a pirate?
Oh, to hell with it. All right. All right. I drop the disguise and reassume my normal disfigured, scarred tiefling face.
Oh,
Uh,
nice scar, tiefling.
yeah.
I trace my own.
You should see the other guy.
Well met. Who are all of you?
I'm boss. I'm wondering about that lunch break though, and yeah.
I am a carnivore now. Never again with the plants. No eating plants from here on out.
You hear a voice from that you can't see speak up and say, "Speaking of people of ill repute, where did that Amarthan go? He just vanished when the fight happened."
Is he a fleet captain as well? I hear that's going around.
I had to pee on it. I told you.
You peed on Your teammate? What?
When it's going around, that's what you gotta do. You gotta stop it before it spreads. Gotta pee on it, especially if it hurts.
That sounds like
Ah.
things will definitely spread if you pee on it.
It's all very interesting. What was big green thing?
I think it was a code monster.
Code monster?
Anybody have
Yeah.
nature?
No.
Not so much.
I am a shameful ranger with no nature proficiency.
Best ranger.
That's like a warlock without Eldritch Blast.
So I'm going to go over and start poking through the remains of the plant monster to see if there's anything edible.
And I'm headed back to the main console. I guess that's going to require. I'll hold off on that until Eric gets back because that will probably provide information. So, hi,
yeah.
puppy.
You're hungry too. Yeah, let me help you find the edible bits on this, and I will hand you anything that is edible and anything that is shiny metallic goes in my pocket.
Made new friend. Good day.
Good, Look Talk. Enjoy interacting with your new friend.
All right,
All right,
Wash your hands after you pee on it. Don't forget.
I'm gonna slink back over to not taking my eyes off of Thalen. And once I get back over to her, I'm gonna say, "What the hell do we do now? This wasn't part of the plan."
Who do you think back over to?
Teresa.
Teresa is still effectively hidden, unless you're looking for her.
Oh.
Teresa never hasn't said anything and hasn't come out from hiding. Yeah, Teresa's still hidden and Gita's functionally invisible. So.
Gita, if you find Martha and ask him if I can nibble. I'm very, very tired. Would like a snack.
Yeah,
right.
Gita's gonna go start looking for wherever Amarthan disappeared to
far as I'm-
in the
So-
fight.
As far as I'm
You guys
concerned,
are kind of like us in that you just hate the supervisor.
All right, Thalen rolls eyes from the shenanigans and
No.
returns to the console where he began the encounter, looking for the information he needs.
Yeah, Thalen, no problem. Eventually, now that you're not being distracted by Luke Talk getting into shenanigans, you are able to find the K Dorthore, which is the Elven Man of War that you've been tipped off to. That with that plus the passcodes that Rumel found, you should be able to get past the cordon of security.
Where
Luke
she is
Talk?
hidden by the console, can Teresa see what Thalen's looking at? Get any sense of what he's looking for?
Yeah, give me a perception and investigation. Luke Talk.
I think you were off screen when we mentioned this, but Boss and I are poking through the remains of the plant creature.
Oh, great. Okay. So give me an investigation, Luke Talk and Boss, as you do this.
I'm going to assist Boss because there's
Okay.
no way his investigation is worse than mine.
Awesome. Okay, Teresa, what'd you get?
A 14 perception, and I used luck on investigation for a nat 20.
Ooh.
Hey.
Okay. It looks like he's looking for information that's not the same as what you all were looking for. Like you guys were looking kind of in the desks that are scattered around the control room. He went right to the main control panel area. So it's definitely different information than what you were looking for. You're kind of having a hard time seeing what exactly he's flipping through. But from having kind of been in this room and looked around before, that there's information in the control area like ship manifests and schedules and that sort of information rather than passcode sorts of things.
Gotcha.
Okay, Boss, investigation with advantage.
18.
Okay, you are looking through the gooey mess here. So it looks like this is pretty consistent with what you guys have seen coming through the station. Like, it looks like this fungal infection has been all throughout, and you're guessing, boss, looking at this thing, that probably it infected and like either consumed or turned into those mushroom men, whatever crew was on this station previously. And so where that blob had been that Luke Talk and Gita were going to check out looks like where it can kind of dragged all the bodies and digested them, and left behind are various non-digestible things, some metal buckles, a couple of weapons, some various like rank insignia pins, those kinds of things.
I like shinies.
Okay. Luke Talk is probably going to grab some as well, so we'll see how you guys resolve that.
I hand him the edible bits. That was our deal.
Well, the mushroom already ate all the edible bits.
Well, the mushroom has edible bits too.
That's fair. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Teresa, that's what you see. Thalen, you find the K Dorthore, where it's stationed on Finalanoran, and I mean, yeah, you guys have pretty much what you need.
All right. All right, my group. We ready to roll out?
Yes, sir.
Okay, super.
Luke Talk, you and Boss did uncover some things. You're not quite sure what Boss found, but you see, like, in the pile that you had stabbed with your spear at the bottom of that, now that it's kind of gone away and disintegrated, a bunch of like little like metal buckles and like little rank pins and a few rings, some weapons, like basically anything inorganic.
I'm interested in looking at any of the weapons. The rest of the things, unless they're edible, don't matter to me.
Okay, great. So you can grab Luke Talk there, unless Boss is going to want to grab any of the weapons. It looks like there are 3 daggers in and amongst all of this, and 2 long swords.
Oh, cool. I've been looking for a long sword.
There's only one long sword.
Boss, give me a sleight of hand, Boss, if you're gonna. And Luke Talk perception.
9.
Okay.
23.
Okay, yeah, there's only one. You thought you saw 2 long swords, Luke Talk, but you must have been mistaken. There's only one.
Yeah, and I'm hobbling around like I got an injury in the fight there.
Okay, Boss, go ahead and add to your inventory miscellaneous elven metal trinkets, and you can absolutely sell those when you get back to somewhere civilized.
While this is going down, can I be trying to find wherever Amarthan disappeared to?
How are you going to do that?
Do I know where he was, like, roughly at when like the fight broke out, or no?
No,
I don't think you've been able to figure out where he's been, like, almost since you guys got on the station. Like, you kind of thought you were following where he went, but he just vanished.
He stayed invisible, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys had come to that conclusion or not.
He cast his own
Gotcha.
visibility. Yeah.
By the way,
That's disconcerting.
I heard that there was an elven pin in and amongst the stuff that Boss looted. I want to use the Mage Hand Legerdemon to try and take that for myself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of things that Boss is kind of going through, Astrid, as you're kind of looking over there. Go ahead and roll your sleight of hand. Boss, go ahead and roll perception.
Non-natural 20.
Okay.
You're
5.
muted, boss.
Pocket that.
Okay. All right, Astrid, what you got yourself a lieutenant junior grade rank pin.
Cirilla, you've been demoted.
Okay, what else is everybody doing in the control room here? So Thalen, yeah, you're trying to get your group together. Luke Talk, you got your spoils. You kind of head over to the Thalen's trying to get you all organized.
Tick Tick copes.
Who's in charge of whatever this is?
Well,
volunteers.
Yep.
No,
Nothing.
not my whatever this is. I know what you are. Whatever the rest of this is, that I can recognize when our lives have been saved.
Whatever this is none of your business. I suggest you go about
Calm, Astrid. It's okay. They may be able to help us here.
We
can speak civilly.
What's up, volunteers?
Don't get your paninis in a bunch.
You
Gita's
seem
our
to know your way
captain.
around. Yeah, I'm the captain here.
Is that just a voice that came out from nowhere, Teresa?
Everyone can probably see her now when she says that. It's like, oh yeah.
Fine. Fine. You talk to them.
Yeah, I'm the captain, says a voice that you can't see.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody can. Yes. So this other woman just appears. You guys have been in this like 20 minutes, like in this room, like cruising around. This woman just appears behind the desk, and then there's some disembodied voice that's talking to you all.
So does the hidden person lead from the rear, or that's not a type of
No.
captainship I'm familiar with?
I'm not hidden. You just don't have good enough eyesight here. I'm
It's
standing
it's
right here, and he gives you a pat on the back. He gives
I'm
Tick
not
Tick a
hidden,
pat on the
you're
back.
just not good enough to see me.
Yeah. Yeah, he comes up and like pats Tick Tick on the back, like, you just can't see me. Or she just comes to and she's like, yeah, I'm the captain, but you seem to know your way.
well,
You seem to know your way around this elven station a little better than maybe we do.
I am actually an elven captain.
let me reestablish a little bit of control here before this goes all the way off the rails. Tick Tick is a captain insofar as he has captain's clothing. Same deal with my brother Rumil, who, despite what he looks like, is absolutely not a commander.
Yeah, Rumel is actually in like a very nice like Class A uniform here. Yeah.
And so I am Thalen. I am familiar with these sorts of stations. I suppose was is a good term. I was an Elven fleet officer, but we have gone on another mission. I want to thank you, disembodied voice,
Captain of the Darkness.
Well,
boss.
The name is Gita.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Gita.
Captain of the Darkness.
Yes, thank you, Tick Tick. That's
Glimmering
very
darkness.
that's all very special. I appreciate it. Is there any information of note that I can help you find while I'm here? I'm afraid if I don't get my crew moving as soon as possible, that we may never ever leave.
Oh no! You better run.
We are.
All right, thank you, Kobold. That's quite enough.
Yeah, we're simply looking. You said you were an officer, so would you happen to know where a lazy officer might perhaps stash some old passcodes that they wrote down?
Probably would, right, Eric?
Yeah, go ahead and actually, no investigation. You've given enough time, Thalen. You can see where they were clearly trying to find this information, and eventually they might have stumbled upon it. But you know actually what to look for and what these passcodes look like what the written information is, and how to distinguish that from just like random things that are written down on paper.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the MacGyver thing and explain exactly what I'm doing while I'm doing it. And so in the latest permutation of the Elven fleet, going on and on, codes look like this, formed with this grouping of numbers, and so this would appear to be the code you're looking for.
You guys all hear a little like a crackle of magical energy. Look over and see that Luke Talk has bitten into some kind of conduit of magical power and has burned his mouth.
What did we talk about?
I think we talked about codes.
No, that's codes. Yes, but Luke
I
Talk
understand now what you
inviting-
mean by if you don't leave now, you might never.
Yeah,
that makes a lot more sense with context.
So Gita, I'm just going to hold this out in front of me, and you can snatch it from whichever direction. There we go. That's what I expected. All right. Well, apparent collection of rogues and lying tiefling asshole. Pleasure to meet you.
If you ever need anything moved across the galaxy, look us up. We're the Glimmering Vault.
Well, I just might, but something tells you that, or something tells me that I can't afford you.
That very well may be true.
Did I feel the I'm with stupid sign being attacked?
Yeah, I don't think Boss has any paper on him.
Okay.
I got finger paints.
Yeah, check your inventory.
He's very happy to be friends with the Glimmering Vault.
Yes. All right. Well, so I'm going to back towards the door and just sort of make awkward politeness. Good to see all of you. Hope you don't encounter another gigantic fungal horror. That was really awful. Farewell now. Bye then.
Bye now. Yep.
Tick tick. Look talk. Rumil, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yes. Bis später to you as well.
Luke Talk waves to Boss.
Friends. Bye. Don't eat those things that shock you anymore. Eat spicy food.
Cats are very good at learning.
Okay, the elves and Luke Talk head on out. You guys find the K Dorthore and power it up and take off. Gita, what Thalen handed you, this looks consistent with what you were told to find in terms of a passcode that should let you onto the prison station of Ilfanora. You guys can get back to the Glimmering Vault unless you want to do anything else on the station.
I have a quick question. Was there anything in our agreement of doing this job? I know there was, like, particularly pertaining to Amarthan and like Amarthan's presence. I know that like he was supposed to be some kind of liaison or something.
Right.
But was there any stipulation that we had to like continue to keep him around? Like if we just leave and he's not on our ship, is that going to be an issue for our contract?
Oh, interesting. Give me an insight check.
Oh, that was good. 24.
Yeah, it seems like Amarthan is a key piece. Now, obviously, you know, what you're doing is dangerous. So if Amarthan like happened to die in the course of the thing, you don't think that your employer would necessarily like fault you with that. But probably just leaving him when you could bring him along is not ideal. But you know, what your employer doesn't know isn't going to hurt him.
Also, he did kind of wander off on his own and is electing to voluntarily not be with us.
Made himself as hard to find as possible.
I mean,
He might have
Teresa's
found
strong
2 more
impression
ladies.
is that this was all a scam, right? Like this guy lured us out here. This was supposed to be our contact for this mission. He's gone.
Dimitri wants to go back to the ship and make sure the ship has not left.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I think Amarthan found a couple of mushroom ladies and is busy.
Okay, awesome. So so the two crews are going to go their separate ways, and I think that we will resolve that in the next session, with each of them being separate.
Cool.
So shorter than anticipated, but I hope you guys had fun.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Great. I really enjoyed playing with all of y'all.
Yeah, I love a
Yes.
mashup.
Yeah, I'd love to see the crossovers.
I was starting to think several of us would die, so that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, Dimitri got.
I fully
Frighteningly
expected
low.
I was just going to be stuck in the wall somewhere forever.
Amarthan fucked off. Dimitri fucked off. The worst crew ever.
I mean, I was this close to just being like bye and casting rope trick and just going up in a little extra dimensional space.
Like, were we better off with the birthday party magician?
Yes.
No joke. I was counting at one point. I was like, if I cast rope trick, there's only 8 people allowed in it. There's 9 of us. Who gets left out?
Rumil or Timothy, we also had a brief discussion where Sam and I were like, do we help Rumil? He's really not our problem.
Yeah, I was
Bad
like,
for the guy.
me as a player wants to help. Me as Gita does not care.
Reasonable.
That's totally
was-
fine.
I assumed that that if I hadn't been hidden, Luke Talk would count as an ally for attacking with advantage. I mean, for sneak attack.
Well, sneak attack doesn't. They don't have to be your allies. They just have to be enemies of your target.
The enemy of my enemy is
Is my sneak
advantage
It's good
provider.
enough to give me sneak attack.